We killed him. We killed him. Hey guys, what's going on? Did you notice anything weird a minute ago? I mean, it just happened. What's that?
Did you know that Kevin Bacon was once hit by a car as a child, and that's why he looks the way he does?
No?
Because it's not true.
Welcome to They Live for Horror podcast. I'm your host, Jared. And with me, as always, my longtime friend, horror movie buff,
Dongle Dong Tom.
no one's ever called him that, nor will they. And we're here today to talk the 1990 monster horror sci-fi movie,
Tremors.
I'll show you a tremor.
This movie stars, of course, Kevin Bacon, longtime character actor Fred Ward, Michael Gross, who's really only known for this movie and the Tremors sequels, and that's it, and the film debut of Reba McEntire.
She's the only one I'd heard of, and the Wong guy from Three Ninjas.
Yes, yep.
And the chick from Jurassic Park. That's the only people I recognize.
There is
in
no
this
one
film.
from Jurassic Park in this
The
movie.
blonde-haired girl is, I guarantee you. I will bet you money.
She is not. Are you
She
talking
is.
about the main blonde-haired girl?
Nope, the little blonde-haired girl.
That is not her.
That is her.
That is not her.
Because I looked it up.
That is not her. It is her. Holy crap.
You know what? We're going to restart this podcast because I refuse to be wrong about that.
Okay,
No,
all
I'm
right.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Here we go. Yeah, you're right. I did not recognize her. Also starring Finn Carter.
Who would literally go on to do almost nothing else of note.
Really?
And then she retired in 2005.
Oh.
Did some TV spots.
Was she the archaeologist or what at the ground?
Geologist, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Fred Ward was a long-time character actor before he got this role. Really an opportunity to finally star in a movie. Didn't take off. This movie did not do well at the box office.
Yeah.
With a budget of $11 million, they ended up grossing $16.5 million, so it did make its money back.
Yeah.
And then it became an absolute smash hit in the video rental game, and then cable hit. Like, I mean, I guarantee if you've seen this movie, it's because you saw it flipping channels in like the
Yeah.
mid '90s, late '90s, early 2000s.
Seen it on AMC.
AMC, USA, TNT, TBS. This was
TCM.
one of those sci-fi channel. This was one of those movies that was just always in rotation.
ABC.
Because it was cheap to get the rights to it to air it. It wasn't an expensive movie to get the rights to because they wanted to. This movie went through production hell.
Really?
5 different screenwriters put their name onto this,
Oh my goodness.
including a full rewrite during production, which is rare for a movie. The main writer, excuse me, was lost my notes there for a second. Was S.S. Wilson and Brent Maddock. Not really anything of note from them. Directed by Ron Underwood, who you might know more for his bigger hit, City Slickers.
Oh, okay.
Hasn't done much since then. Mighty Joe Young was a flop. And then he did
yeah.
a bunch of TV. But other than that, not a whole lot of chances to do movies.
Just a lot of fucking garbage.
Well, City Slickers is a funny movie.
Well, that, but then the other garbage.
Yeah, not a lot of other work.
Of course, everybody knows Kevin Bacon.
I did
Kevin
never seen him
Bacon.
before. You see the guy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles at the start where he's racing Steve Martin for a cab?
That is that Kevin Bacon?
It is.
Oh, okay.
It's the only place I recognize him.
Man,
I've not seen him in Death Sentence or any of that shit.
Footloose. He did
Footloose,
prior to
never
this. Animal House.
I have seen him in that cop car movie, and that's about it.
Would you stop that? This movie doesn't get made without Kevin Bacon, by the way.
Kevin Bacon.
I don't even know. What are you doing
I'm
over
gonna
there?
play that song.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Let's focus.
Yeah, I don't want to get any fucking trouble for us.
S.S. Wilson, the writer of the movie, got the idea when he was in the Navy, stationed in California. He was sitting on a rock in the desert and thought, what would happen if there was a shark on land? And it just sort of went from there.
That's
And
cool.
this movie really is Jaws, but on land.
Yeah.
So
it
much so
is.
that they barely even shoot the giant monster until they have to. That's budget reasons, though.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Let's also not ignore that the little tentacles coming out of the worm thing don't look like penises.
Oh, they do?
I think they did.
I've never seen a penis. I don't know why they call it a graboid.
I don't know either. They never give
I do
it
actually,
because they grab you.
because the tongue things can grab you. But when they're babies, they're called dirt dragons.
You made that up.
No.
Is that in one of the
graboids
sequels?
it's one of the evolutions of the
Oh,
graboid.
those sequels. By the way, if you haven't seen them, there are
5 sequels and a TV show.
My wife and Kinley, my daughter, are the only 2 fans.
I will say,
I want to see the TV show. I'm today years old when I found that.
yeah,
out.
I
What
barely
the fuck?
lasted.
I'm sorry I'm sorry, internet.
Oh, it's okay. I haven't watched it. Like,
Oh,
I gave
I'm
up
sure
after
it
the
sucks.
first sequel.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm good. This movie did originally have an R rating, but
Really?
they took out a lot of the swears in post production. So if you watch it, you can say at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, he goes, "Can you fly, motherfucker?" and it changes to "Can you fly, you sucker?" And instead of "We killed that motherfucker," they changed it to "We killed that mother humper." So
I did. Okay.
There is some awkward non-swearing thrown in, and you can
Yeah.
definitely tell there was a lot of ADR work.
It kind of works for the characters in this, like the setting and all, because
Yep.
people there probably do use Mother Humper a lot.
Yep, this does take place in Southwest America.
Cervix stabber.
It's unclear what those two do as a job.
They're
Like, what are they?
The handy guys.
Yeah, like I said, it's not really clear.
They do
They're
body
just,
retrieval off of electric poles.
and I was like, I thought they were brothers. Turns out they're
I
just
did too.
friends. They're just friends.
Yeah. Are they just friends?
I mean, he does have eyes for that for the lady.
Well,
For
That's
Rhonda.
yeah.
Also, his name Kevin Bacon's name is Valentine in this movie.
I know. I just
That is
found
a
that out
weird
today.
dude's name.
They
That is
don't
a
really
weird
say
name
it,
for a
do
dude.
they?
No, they really don't say anybody's name in this movie except Bert.
Bert gets his name thrown around a lot because
And
they're always
Reba.
yelling at Bert.
Bert's the tire guy that gets eaten through the tire.
No, what? Bert's the gun nut.
The one that's like,
Yeah, the
you
gun nut,
came
Bert.
into the wrong room, you
Yeah.
bitch. Okay.
Yep. And you have like Tony Gennaro as Miguel.
Long-time character actor. That guy dates back to like the 60s. He did a lot of work in TV.
Oh.
Yeah, there was just a lot of like unknown actors in this movie, and
Kevin Bacon. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of character actors, longtime vets. This movie, shockingly, has really good acting. Even Reba
It does.
McEntire. This is her movie debut. If you had told me she'd been acting prior to this, I would have believed you.
That's because they didn't give her a script. Don't give her any lines, and she's a great actress.
You're right. She didn't have a lot to say.
I definitely go with Bert.
Bert's like my favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, imagine that the libertarian gun nut is
Yeah.
fans of the libertarian gun nut who fucking has a bomb shelter.
Yeah.
And the
A
one
fucking,
thing,
like rhino gun or whatever the fuck.
elephant gun.
Yeah.
The one fucking creature that could fuck with his bomb shelter ends up in his area and he has to kill it. Breaks through his bomb shelter. I will say that this is not a scary movie. Like, that's one of the categories. Did this movie actually scare you? No.
No.
I'm never afraid of monster movies.
Yeah.
Jaws didn't scare me. I saw it as a kid. Like, just don't go in the water.
Those scared me when I was a kid, but
Godzilla doesn't scare me.
yeah. Jaws, when I was a kid, my mom had to tell me Hulk Hogan would jump in the pool, so to get me to want to jump in the pool to learn how to swim. Because I swore there was fucking sharks in there after I saw Jaws. In a pool.
Well, Sweetie Hulk Hogan jumps in the pool.
Yeah. All right, Mom.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna leg drop into the pool, dude.
Don't tear your shirt.
Thomas, how could you? I don't know why I gave your mother a Queen's accent.
Woo! Because she's a whore.
Jeez. All
I'm
right,
gonna have
okay.
to edit something out for the first time.
Keep it in.
Okay.
So we'll get to the categories. Like I said, though, this movie did make its money back. A budget of
I was surprised it was made for $11 million.
I know. Was it all on the
Pretty much.
animatronics and shit?
Yeah, and Kevin Bacon. You gotta
Yeah.
pay Kevin Bacon a couple $1 million to be in the movie.
Fuck you!
I will say the setting works for this movie really well. The
It
fact that it's a
does.
desert, there's mountains, they can't call out, they can't get out.
There's a whole
Really a
theory
good job.
on how that happened, even. So it's like crazy.
What theory?
Like internet theory on they're near like where a radioactive missile site.
Oh, that makes
happened and
sense,
All this
yeah.
shit. And,
yeah, nuclear testing
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
We'll get to the first category here. Most
What the fuck moment? Probably when it fucking breaks through his fallout shelter.
Yeah,
When it just headbutts its way through.
maybe.
Oh yeah, for those who haven't seen the movie, these creatures are blind, so they go by feel and sound. They can
Yep,
feel
and
you
they're-
walking. They can hear you moving.
They're based on the bobbit worm.
What is that?
Oh, it's scary looking.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was based off a real creature.
Yeah. A small thing, but it's
I mean, obviously, it's not as big.
got a giant dick though.
I don't. Okay.
Look at this thing.
That thing is spooky as shit.
Yeah.
And it can't see. I suppose. Can
And look how
worms
it's just
see?
out of the ground just like that thing.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they can. It's
Well,
got
just a
all those
couple-
feelers on it.
Yeah, makes sense. All right.
Yeah, look up the bobbit worm, folks. It's fucking scary looking.
Yeah,
I
this
have
movie.
one of those in my. Never mind. Yeah.
For you, what's the what?
It was because I chose. The reason I chose the trailer was just that thing chasing after the two mains.
Yeah.
Valentine and his buddy, and then coming through the wall, and I was just like, it knocked itself out.
Yeah, Valentine
Just-
and Earl.
Yeah, it was either that or the lady in the car.
Or they just. Oh yeah, when those two get eat. Yeah.
She's in my pick and knits though, so
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say also the reveal that the old man died up on the
Yeah.
and you don't know
That
why.
is what the fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
And you haven't quite figured it out yet, or they haven't figured
I'm
it
gonna
out.
kick your ass when I get. Oh my god, what is this?
Yeah. God dang it!
God damn it, Bernice.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, I would say the reveal of Edgar, or when he breaks through the wall, when the little worm thing breaks through their wall, their fallout shelter. Which, by the way, poorly built fallout shelter. If it can crash through that
Yeah.
easily, like that thing's not withstanding a nuclear bomb.
No.
A fucking
no.
worm can headbutt its way through.
His neck. Back to the drawing board. I wonder if he mounted that thing.
I would have.
Yeah.
Actually, be very difficult too.
True.
Maybe part of it.
It is a 20-ton specimen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really yeah. Let's the newest category was what the Rotten Tomato score. This is one of the rare cases where where the critics have it higher rated than the audience. 88%
Really?
of critics liked it out of 43 critics. 240,000 users have reviewed this movie on Rotten Tomatoes and gave it a score of 75%.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
Bunch of picky motherfuckers out there. Is that what you're saying?
no, I mean 75% is still really good.
It is, but Tremors has got some real rewatchability to it. You know, and it's more or less a family kind of horror.
It is. It's one of those, PG-13. I mean, obviously, I'm one of those degenerate fathers who lets his kids watch R-rated horror movies, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like, this is one that the whole
bucks-
family can enjoy.
The buck don't stop there at my house, motherfuckers. NC-17.
Well, yeah, all right. Sure, why not? I mean, she's only 5. It was... Really, I mean, like I said, it's one of those rare monster movies that is really well reviewed. Because it's just a really well-made movie. And for a movie that went through script hell and production hell that this went through, shocking to see the score that high. We already answered, did this movie actually scare us? It didn't.
No.
Great, though.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. Like, it's just a fun movie.
Yeah.
Who stole the show for you? Means it can't be in a lot of scenes. Well, I guess we haven't really made rules for this one, but to
No.
me, it's like, I think it's Bert, man.
It probably, yeah. He was the guy I kept wanting to... Like, if they had wrote Tremors differently, he could have been the lead guy.
Yeah, I like
So,
him. I like
yeah,
this-
Bert, yeah.
Yeah, and Michael Gross, who played Bert, basically only known for these roles, and he was in Family Ties for 7 seasons. It's so weird to see the dad from Family Ties, which I don't know if you ever watched that.
No.
It was Michael J. Fox got his start there as well.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he went from being the dad there to a badass gun-toting libertarian in the middle of Southwest America, living in a fallout shelter with Reba McEntire.
Yeah.
And now he's basically just known for these movies, like every sequel, anything to do with Tremors.
Yeah.
If there's a Tremors convention, he's the only guy who will show up. Everyone else is like, no, we're good. He's like, no, man, I'm in this movie, dude. So he stole it for me. I think he was a lot of fun. Like, it was really interesting to see the twist of, like, he was able to act his way through. Like, this whole movie is well acted for essentially a B horror movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Very
a throwback.
campy, yeah.
It's a throwback to like those 1950s, like Mothman, early, like almost like the Blob type horror movies that were just a lot of fun, and more about being fun than trying to scare the pants off you. Best kill.
Oh, got a note on that one.
I'm gonna say before you get to yours, I'll say mine, which is when they make that fucker fly. when they make that worm fly.
Yeah.
So, did the bomb make it speed up?
What?
Did the bomb make it speed up? Is that why he threw it behind it and he knew it would shoot it out?
Maybe.
Or did that thing just speed up trying to catch him? I think it's
feel
implied
like
that the bomb
Yeah, I think
was
so,
purposely
too.
thrown behind it so it would shoot out.
Yeah. Because the way he looks at it, like
I don't think that's
hope
how
on a
physics
prayer
works.
Type shit. I know, but he's Kevin and he's made of bacon. But my favorite death was, well, because of the trailer. It's the first time you see the graboid through the when he's chasing Kevin Bacon and what's his name,
Oh, okay, I got you.
and
Yeah.
then the lady walks up and is like, "Hey guys, what you doing? Did you hear that? It just happened." They're like,
or the old couple being eaten at the beginning
That's
of the
my.
movie. But you said you had some picking nits
No,
about
I said
that.
my other one was the Three Ninjas guy dying, where he just gets eaten from like the legs.
Oh
up.
yeah. That was such a Jaws shot too.
Yeah,
Like, that
it
is
was.
so. They just like I said, they basically
What's
just
that?
went.
So that dude with the gun room, he's
Bert.
not in Jaws.
No,
Okay,
No,
sorry.
no.
Keep going.
Oh,
What
you're
you were
fine.
saying.
I was gonna say like it basically they just watched Jaws and went, what if
Yeah.
that's on land?
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah.
It's almost like you should just do that more. By the way, that guy Walter Chang, played
Yeah.
by longtime character actor Victor Wong.
Yeah.
He did like you said, you know him from
Three
Three
Little
Ninjas,
Ninjas? Or
The Last Emperor,
Oh, yeah.
Prince of Darkness, Big Trouble in Little China. That's
Oh,
where
yeah,
a lot of
Big
people would
Trouble,
know him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I haven't seen that one in a bit.
That's a fun movie.
Yeah.
A little problematic now. There's a lot of racist. But yeah, I mean, it's Kurt
Shows you
Russell.
where we've come from. Yeah.
I mean, but anyways, yeah, this to me, those were the best kills. I also shout out to Bert just blowing the head off that thing with an elephant gun.
Yeah.
I did like that Reba McEntire was like two hand in the guns,
Yeah.
boom, 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 like she's
Yeah.
fucking Annie Oakley.
Yeah.
But one picking nit for me is the way she's able to dual wield handguns with no recoil. Always bothers me in movies.
It
If you
does.
ever fired a gun, unless you have practiced and are very strong, you are
Yeah.
not going to be able to single hand right, especially a revolver the size of the one she was using.
Yeah.
Um,
Like 50 or whatever that was.
would this movie have been better with Sid Haig? Oh yeah, no, we changed this category to what role would you have Sid Haig? I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out Victor Wong as much as we like him, and I'm putting Sid Haig.
Mine is the guy they find on the telephone pole.
See, there's just not enough scenes with him. Like,
I know,
you don't get
but
to have
that's-
Sid there. To me, Sid being a curmudgeon-y shop owner in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere, Southwest
Super
America.
grumpy. And,
Yeah, like-
yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, there he is, just
Sorry,
like, I don't want to
Victor.
fucking be here.
Yeah.
Like, something happened in this
Yeah.
man's past that now he's in the middle of nowhere running a convenience store, and he hates everyone.
Just trying to be away from the society and shit.
It was almost like society found him.
Yeah.
I do like that the guy who played Edgar, by the way, is named Sunshine. That's his real name. He was also in Roadhouse
Oh.
and Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, like, just why not? Sunshine. Fucking hippie-ass parents.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely for me, we're taking out Victor Wong as much as I like Victor Wong. I'm putting Sid Haig in that role.
Yeah.
Tom, you're picking nits. It's time for you to do it.
So mine is with the lady in the car, and she does two things wrong, or has two choices she could have made. She could have left, or got out of the car when it was being devoured.
Yeah.
There's 2 points there where she could have gotten away.
Yeah, you're just frozen with
But
fear,
maybe
though.
she's just so shocked her
Yeah.
husband's gone. But,
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
know,
say if your spouse was eaten
Mhm.
through the ground,
Yeah.
and you don't know what it is, and then this thing is big enough to eat your car,
Yeah, I know.
You're probably
you gotta
frozen with
give it
fear.
to her, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, frozen with fear would be my argument. My biggest picking nits for this movie is just like, where were they? How are these things just?
Yeah.
There's multiple. I could get one,
Yeah,
but there were multiple.
there's four. Yeah,
Yeah, and
or
it's
four
like-
died. Yeah,
Yeah. They could have been like, there's been like rumors or like old Native American folktales of these things, but we're just supposed. I do like the element of surprise or like you're leaving things vague, but the idea that four just appear out of nowhere,
yeah.
I would have gone with one, but then you don't get
Like
all
the
the cool
credits could have
kills.
started with some sort of like plate shift in the fucking earth or something.
Yeah, good call.
That's all they needed.
Maybe that was.
Once, you know.
Maybe that's what she was hinting at when she said there's been weird seismic activity.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just answered our own picking
I
nits
guess
there.
so. Both of
Possibly,
them.
yeah. All
Hey
right.
guys, how's it going? It's your sister Cheryl.
We got to do a watch along again. I always ask, like, should
would there be a sequel, or would you make a sequel? Would you remake it? I wouldn't remake this, and they already have 1,000 sequels.
And they try to show you.
Yeah, so that one doesn't work. But we always got to ask at the end of this one:
Oh.
do you recommend this movie? Of course, we
course.
recommend this movie.
It's practical effects. We didn't really touch that yet.
Oh, beautiful practical effects
Yeah,
movie. Yeah,
I know there's maybe some CGI. I don't think so though.
I don't believe
really
so, no.
think there is. So the practical effects, they were building like multiple sizes of models to film the
yep.
graboid.
And you sent me a really good video on their special effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you can, you search that out on YouTube. It's a fun video to watch because it took a lot of work.
Tremors BTS behind the scenes.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work to make a movie like this, and then you do it for under $15 million. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not shocked this movie didn't do well in the movie theaters.
No.
These types of movies typically don't, especially ones that don't already have a franchise behind it, like Godzilla or King Kong. But
I think there was a lot like this going on back then too.
not so much in the 90s. The 90s really didn't have those. Like the monster movie, you get about one a decade. Like Jaws
true.
was 70s.
Yeah.
I can't think of the one in the 80s. I'm sure some of them.
Piranha maybe or no.
I think that was 70s as well.
Oh,
There was they were huge in the 1950s.
the
Kinda
80s
went
was
away.
kind of like the zombies thing again.
Late 70s was zombies. 80s was the decade of the slasher,
Oh,
over the
yeah.
top, tits, gore, blood. There was no room for
My
like a monster
favorites.
movie like this.
Yeah.
Just a fun, like grounded in reality as much as you can.
Yeah.
Monster movie, and there's a reason it then got a life of its own and was able to grow and become this huge, massive video rental. It was really one of the in 1990. People don't know this, but it was like video rental was just starting out. Like we like to think like video rental was this long process, and we just saw it die. No, you and I saw the life cycle of the video rental
Yeah.
store. They came alive in the mid 80s, really
Yeah.
came alive in the early 90s, took off through the 90s,
Yeah.
and died out by about
It was
2010.
easily my favorite place to be on the weekends, renting movies or games or whatever the
Yeah,
hell.
it is
you know?
weird to think that we watched the rise and fall in
Yeah.
our lifetime of the movie
Yeah.
of the video store. Like we only have one
And
here
an
in our town.
evolution of like Netflix and shit too,
Yeah.
because they don't even mail DVDs anymore.
No, they don't. That's
They only
crazy to
got
me.
female DVDs. So.
God damn it. So yeah, that's Tremors, man. We
Yeah.
highly recommend this movie.
There's gun shooting. There's worms in the ground. There's
People getting eaten alive.
Reba shooting off 2 guns like a fucking badass.
Mother suckers.
Mother.
Which, by the way,
humpers.
yeah, mother humpers. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. Can you fly, sucker?
Check one more just to make sure I got it all out there.
But yeah, like I was saying, I think the only thing missing from this movie was Victor just wasn't grumpy enough. That's why I really wanted Sid in that role. He could have been so much grumpier
Yeah.
and made it so much better. But
Yeah.
I see like the biggest critique of this movie I've seen online is they say, do you want to be funny or do you want to be scary, and you can't be both. And it's like, well, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Make it fun.
They
it's
do. Yeah.
It's a fucking worm the size of a train.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, have fun with it.
Yeah. Interesting that it can't move above ground. That's kind of bothering
That's
me.
true, yeah.
I don't
I
know
mean-
why I'm going to let that bother me now, but
Well,
yeah.
worms typically don't do a lot
That's
of moving
true.
around up, and it's so big. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
big and fast.
Yeah.
There you
Did
go.
you want to say
Yeah, I think next up we are going to be covering
dawn to dusk?
Dusk Till Dawn.
Dawn to dusk.
No, it's Dusk
Change
Till
it.
Dawn.
Okay. From dusk till dawn.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Dawn to dusk is the gas
our-
station I always go to.
Our first
Yeah.
Robert Rodriguez directed movie. Our first written by Quentin Tarantino movie. Probably the only one we'll be able to really cover on this show. Maybe Death Proof. That's more of an
We don't wanna
exploitation movie, but
Yeah.
probably my favorite director, him and Christopher Nolan up there,
Yes.
and Sargento. We got to cover some Sargento movies one day. Those are some weird movies, though.
Oh, Juliette Lewis is in it.
Yeah, your crush, Juliette Lewis. Your teenage crush, I should say.
There we go.
But yeah,
One
man,
of.
very excited. We might we'll talk about doing some watch alongs soon. I know we keep saying that, we gotta find time for it, but one of my favorite vampire movies, Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
A young George Clooney. We'll get to that
Dude,
next episode.
Fuck yeah.
I can be found at Funny Libertarian. He is
TC Herd 86.
TC Herd 86. He doesn't tweet a lot,
Nah.
but you can follow us at
TLFH Pod.
and click
Yeah.
like, subscribe, do all that shit.
Fuck
Tell
yeah.
your friends, tell your enemies, and thanks for tuning in.